Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video review for one of my favorite animated series of all time. I did Batman the Animated Series a few weeks ago, and people requested as the next one, Batman Beyond. Okay, so since we're kind of in between shows right now, I mean, Breaking Bad's on, but Under the Dome has been a little lackluster as of late for me personally. I'm running out of things to review, so there's a lot of shows, a lot of animated series and stuff that I want to do reviews for the channel. And certainly one of those that deserves a review, throwback review, is Batman Beyond. Now, this cartoon series for me, following up after Batman the Animated Series, The New Adventures of Batman and Robin, all of that cartoon show, and if you want to break it up, you can break it up. If you want to see it as all one series, it kind of is, just the art style changes throughout, and you have more concentration later on the supporting cast of Batman rather than just him. I was kind of upset at first when I heard about Batman Beyond starting. I was like, oh, this is going to be like Spider-Man, Spider-Man, what was it, 2099 or whatever? This just terrible. It's not going to be Bruce Wayne as Batman, and it's just going to, it's not going to be very good. But when the show actually started, right from the intro, and the intro just, it says it all right there. This show, just like Batman the Animated Series, has an amazing intro that just gets you pumped and gets you started for the show. It's got the darkness and the really different stylized art, again, just new though, not the same as what we had in Batman the Animated Series or the New Adventures. This one is like even more abstract in some ways. The way the characters are drawn are almost like anime inspired, kind of. And just really, really creative and different. And the intro where it shows like, the different words, like you have like greed and you have Bruce and he's kind of like old, and it's just really exciting. So then the show starts off and we meet Terry McGinnis, our new Batman. Where do we have him? He is right here. Gotta grab him. And here we are. And of course, I wasn't too big of a fan of the idea of having, another Batman in an animated series like that. Of course, you've always had Robin, you have your Nightwing and all that kind of good stuff, but your Batman, Bruce Wayne is Batman. If you mess with that, if you change that, I don't know, it's kind of like, I feel like a lot of times you're going to lose some people. But I think Terry McGinnis is a great Batman. I really do. Now, if you guys have seen all of Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, there is an episode there near the end of Justice League Unlimited where it is kind of revealed that Terry McGinnis is not just a random guy, and that he was sort of given something that biologically changed him, so that Bruce was essentially, his genes came kind of from Bruce, or at least somewhat due to engineering of some kind. Genetic engineering of some kind, and I think it was a vaccine he took, a shot or something of the sort like that. It's been a while since I've seen that episode in particular, but it was something along those lines, that his genetics partially come from Bruce. Now, that was never included in the Batman Beyond cartoon series, and I'm not a big fan of it. I kind of like Terry to be Terry. He's not exactly Bruce Wayne. He's not a clone. He's not a son, so to speak, of Bruce. He's his own character. He's a lot like your Dick Grayson, who's different. He's his own character. He's not Damian Wayne per se. He's not really. I don't like to think of Terry as related, even to this day. So for me, I kind of disregard that as canon. Whether or not you want to consider that to be canon and Terry to actually be the son of Bruce is kind of your choice. I personally think of him as not really the son of Bruce, but He's a great Batman. I think he's awesome. I think his struggle is interesting. He's not annoying. He's not, he's kind of he's sort of like a combination of like if you took Bruce Wayne, you took Dick Grayson Robin, and maybe, I don't know, one of the other Robins, let's say like Jason Todd, and you smashed them all together, you kind of get Terry McGinnis. I think personally, that's the way I kind of think about him. And because he's got little bits of elements of all of them, if you were to combine them and kind of, your what would be produced after that would be Terry. In terms of the suit, because obviously the suit's very important, I really like the suit. I love the design. I love that it's futuristic. I love that it's sort of like an Iron Man armor, to the point where, you know, he can fly using the you know, the rocket, the jet, just like an Iron Man, you know, except maybe, well, he doesn't use the hands, does he? He's got the wings that come up, the red and black, very stylized, very different, very cool. And it just looks great. I think all of Terry's motivations are good in the series. I think his little girlfriend, I forget her name, that he has there is pretty cool. The villains that he has are pretty good. You know, you have your sort of like your futuristic jokers. You have your Bonk and your Chucko and your Dee Dees. Or Dee Dee. I really like Dee Dee a lot. I think very cool villain. Blight. And there's lots of really cool villains in this series that are unique to him, and I think it's a testament that the series was so good that they went ahead and made a comic book series nowadays based on that show. That's how good the show was they decided to go ahead and make a comic book series of it. In addition to that, the movies, let's see here, because we had a couple movies for it. The Return of the Joker is an absolutely fantastic tie-in movie for Batman Beyond. I love every part of that movie. I think that movie is like a must-see for anyone who likes Batman the Animated Series. And it really makes this feel like a sequel or an addition to Batman the Animated Series, just in, like, you know, your future form. You got Bruce there, he's old, he can't do it anymore, so he starts to recruit others to do it for him, including obviously Terry McGinnis. I really like the idea of that, and I really like the Return of the Joker movie. All the movies for this are great. Let's see what else we got here. So it was 52 episodes all the way through. The stories were really good. The sound was really good. The visuals were amazing. I mean, all around, this was just a really, really great cartoon series. It's something that you can even watch nowadays, and you can really appreciate it for what it was. I think it's probably better than, you know, 95% of the cartoons that are on nowadays anyway. And it's all around, it's a lot of fun. It's a great show, really great show. It does Batman justice, even though it's new. It's sort of like, okay, as bad as Spider-Man 2099 failed, this series was just the opposite. It should have failed in every sense of the way. Like a cyberpunk show in the future, new, you know, Batman, it shouldn't have worked at all. But it really did. It was a lot of fun. And I think I read one issue of the new comic book series, the first one. But aside from that, I haven't read any of the others. But I definitely would like to check them out because I do like Batman Beyond a lot. In terms of it versus the original series, I mean, you know, it's a nice additional piece to it. You know, I wouldn't really go as far to say that it's as good as Batman the Animated Series. I don't know about that. But it's new too, right? So, you know, Batman the Animated Series, a lot of it was like interpreting the comic books that were already there and making them for, you know, the cartoon show, making them work for the cartoon show. So instead of having the Joker, you know, just kill people, you have them put smiles on their face and they all pass out, or whatever the case may be. This one, instead of being able to take from a book and just adapt it, they had to create all kinds of new characters, new villains, because it's in the future, and really make it its own thing. So I think for anyone who likes Batman, Batman Beyond is a fantastic show. It's not a letdown at all. And in terms of a score, I'm going to give it a 8.5 out of 10. I think it's great. Really, really good. Maybe not quite as good as Batman the Animated Series, but you know, if you see it all as like one long story, it's excellent, absolutely excellent. It kind of sucks that they're doing so much different stuff now with Beware the Batman and all that, because it just felt like that whole decade of like Batman the Animated Series and then the 3 seasons of Batman Beyond, and then followed by Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Man, that was some good cartoons. That was some awesome stuff. Nowadays, we're just not getting the same kind of quality. We're not getting the same kind of story and innovation and art and, you know, everything of the sort. Except Young Justice was pretty good, but Beware the Batman, I don't like it very much. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about Batman Beyond. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. Definitely, everything about it is great. The villains are good. Terry's an awesome Batman, and I think it's so good that it's sort of been accepted into, you know, your mainstream DC Batman universe as Terry being a legitimate Batman of the future. That's how good it really is. Anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I'll call it here, guys. That's it for this video. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.